Years now, a woman is suing the Allegheny Department of Social Services for millions of dollars. This all comes after she was fired from the department almost 2 years ago. Target 7 investigator reporter Isabella Ladon is joining us now in studio. Isabella, you've really been working to break down these court documents. Where is this lawsuit all coming from?
Melissa, this case stems back to allegations that the Allegheny DSS office violated the Virginia Fraud and Abuse Whistleblower Protection Act. Deanna Ratliff worked with the department for years, but once she started raising concerns about her boss violating the law, the lawsuit says she was fired and she wasn't given a reason why. The Allegheny Department of Social Services and its director, Tammy Wilson, are facing a $5 million lawsuit. According to the documents, Wilson was Deanna Ratliff's supervisor before she was unlawfully fired in November 2022. Wilson allegedly demanded Ratliff carry out tasks that only a certified child/adult protective services employee could perform based on Virginia regulations. These tasks included gathering open case investigation information and attending welfare checks. However, documents state Ratliff never received the proper training for what she was expected to do, nor did the other newly hired employees under Wilson's supervision. Ratliff reported the issue numerous times, as the lawsuit states she held a good faith belief that what Miss Wilson was demanding of her was unlawful. Shortly after Ratliff objected to Wilson's practices, she was fired without notice and denied documents supporting the termination. The lawsuit states Ratliff was fired without state DSS approval and she was rehired, but was fired again a week later. Ratliff is suing Allegheny DSS and Wilson for a retaliation claim and a wrongful discharge claim. Her attorney said in a statement, "This is a strong case of whistleblower retaliation that we are pleased can see some sunlight. Our law firm looks forward to advancing this to trial." Court records show this lawsuit will go to trial in February of next year. Now, Melissa, I did reach out to the Allegheny Department of Social Services and its director, but I haven't heard back from either. I'll keep you updated when I do.
All right, an interesting story for sure. Isabella Ladon in studio tonight. Thank you.